Hey everyone, this is Alex from My Tech Life. I just wanted to do a quick unboxing and my first impressions of the Galaxy Note 9. I have the Verizon model with the 8 gigs and 512 megabytes of storage, which is crazy. I cannot believe Samsung went that high up, but I had to jump all over it. Um, It's the ocean blue version. Not that there's anything wrong with the purple one, but I had to go with the blue and the contrasting yellow pen that they advertise on the box, which is cool. So when you open up the box, you're greeted with the SIM card tool, the ejection tool, ejection SIM tool, and then the paperwork. Then the phone, which the ocean blue is very nice looking. It looks really nice in the sun. It kind of almost looks like a dark, deep purple when it's in the sun. But very pleased with the color. Normally I like the black, stealthy colors, but this one I definitely am liking. I also like the way it feels in the hand versus previous Galaxy S phones. Because of the curved display, the sides were so thin that it was hard to, hold on to without it feeling like it's gonna slip out of your hand. This, you have something to actually grab onto. So they made the sides a little flatter. They did a diamond cut on the edge, so it's flatter and easier to hold on to, which I really like. But I normally use a case, but just around the house, if I wanted to just use the phone naked, it just was too slippery. And this feels great in the hand. That aspect of it, it's a little bit larger than the Note 8, but just the way it's set out is just a little wider, maybe a tad shorter. So let's see what else we get in the box. You get your fast adaptive charger, which Samsung, has had the same charger for quite a while, since they started the fast charging. I think it started on the S7. And what else you get? It is your usual stuff. You get your USB-C to USB-A cable, AKG earbuds, and inside there are a couple different sizes for your ear, and your tool for your S Pen to pull out, and only two replacement tips. And in the past, I noticed there were, I believe, four, and so they've kind of changed that up a little bit. And then your OTG adapter to transfer data from one phone to the other, or if you needed to use this adapter for another reason, versus for maybe connecting to a monitor, TV, or something. At least it gives you the option with the USB Type A on the back side and USB Type C in the front. So that's what comes in the box. And then as far as my first impressions with the phone, one of the big things with the phone that I have to say, compared to the past phone, is the fingerprint reader. It is fast. First, the Note 8 was very slow. this one, even to set up the fingerprint reader, all you have to do is just slide your finger once down over the reader and boom, it reads your fingerprint, which was insanely fast instead of having to tap, 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 at least 10 times to register your fingerprint. So that's a nice upgrade that no one's really talked about, which I was really pleased with because boom, it's just instant. The iris scanner works very well. Face unlock works well. The face unlock gets a little sketchy maybe when you're out in the sun, but works much better than the Note 8. Very pleased with that. The speed of the phone is ridiculous. It's very fast. I can have a ton of apps open and no hiccups, no lag, none of that Samsung karma stuff that just everyone thinks that Samsung's phones are just boggy because of their software, and it just flies. Everything you open is fast. No complaints. What else? The only complaint I do have is the camera, which is the same thing I ran into with the S9 Plus. Was, I took it outside in the sun and took a picture, and the sun was roughly at about, I don't know, I'm facing noon, and maybe the sun was at about 3 p.m., and I would get a massive lens flare. And I reported it to Samsung, and they kind of just brushed it off, saying that, it's cameras are going to get that or whatever. And I've had a ton of phones, and I've actually have taken phones out in the exact same position with the sun, like the Note 8, G7, Xiaomi Mi Mix 2, a couple other phones, and tried to recreate the same scenario where I'd get that lens flare. Not any other phone besides the S9 Plus, and then the Note 9 has the exact same camera setup as the S9 Plus, except the camera module is horizontal versus vertical on the S9 Plus. So I thought maybe that the Note 9 would not have the issue. So yesterday when it was delivered, I took it right outside, and same thing, boom, just terrible lens flare. A couple popular YouTubers actually posted a couple pictures on their review videos of one of the S9 Plus. He posted one, and I passed it along to Samsung, and they actually stopped corresponding with me because of me sending the picture, because he's like right up there at the top of the chain as far as YouTubers, and I was very disappointed. So I returned. I ended up getting another S9 and took it right outside. Boom, 2 seconds, had the same issue. So I returned the S9 because of it, and it took me at least 2 months to get my money back, which that's another story. So the Note 9 came here yesterday, went outside, instantly was able to recreate it, contacted Samsung, and they started giving me some generic things to do, like make sure it's in auto mode, check the AI setting, turn it on, turn it off, see if that does it. And I told them it's a hardware issue, that I've been through this before, because I could cup the back of the camera sensor and block the sun, and that would take the flare away. And of course the sun causes the lens flare, and I totally believe it has to do with the dual aperture. So that's the only thing that really sucks. Otherwise, this phone is awesome. The short time I've messed with it, the battery life is great. I think yesterday after getting it, I charged it up to 95%, and then I ended up getting, wow, it was almost like 4.5 hours of screen on time from 95% down to 50%. And that was with installing all my apps, setting up stuff, signing in, messing with it, pictures, videos, just checking the phone out. So it's very cool. S Pen. I noticed that it slides out. It's really loose sliding out. You know, when you snap it in, that initial click is what really holds it into place. Versus like other Note phones, it seemed like the pen was more snug. But you know, this is a little looser. I don't know if, you know, it could be a problem down the line just relying on the click, but I don't think it would be. But it also kind of protrudes out just a tad more than the Note 8, which makes it a little easier to access it, because the Note 8 you kind of had to, you know, really use like your fingernail or really make sure you can push it in. So so far I love this phone. So I know everyone talks about the price. Samsung makes it easy to knock the price down if you can trade in another phone, and they end up giving away, you know, either some Fortnite stuff like the V-Dollars or V-Bucks or whatever. I'm not really into Fortnite. I like playing PUBG. And then the other thing was the AKG Bluetooth headphones, and those are pretty nice. So I picked those. So I am going to do another video of a Whitestone Dome glass install. Actually, if I can get, you know, on that video, if I can get like 100 likes on that one, which is not that much, but I'm kind of, you know, very, very, very low on the food chain. I really haven't had time to do videos, just personal stuff going on, but now I'm freeing myself up to do stuff. So I'm going to do that video. I have a couple case reviews. I have the SVU flip cover, which I'm going to do. I'm also going to do a review on the LG G7, and also I have the Whitestone Dome install to do for that phone, and a couple other things. I'm always buying tech stuff and doing stuff, so I will try to make more videos and try to just make my channel grow a little bit and try to give a different perspective on YouTube versus some of the other YouTubers. Not that they do a poor job or anything, or not that I do a super job. I just think I kind of have a little bit different, you know, perspective on things. I don't know. It's just my feeling. Like, I've watched some other unboxing videos, and that one person mentioned about, you know, the S Pen tips that they're lacking. And to me, that's kind of important. When you go to 4 to 2, it's like, hey, what's the deal? Why are you only giving 2 now? And they're white and gray versus black and gray, I think they were. But anyways, I'm excited. This phone's great. I'm looking forward to doing the other videos. The price for this was $12.50. As everyone knows, I was able to sell my Note 8 for a little over $500 and online, and then I was able to buy a phone for $100 and trade it in for $300. So that was another $200 off. So when you knock that all down, you know, it turns out to be not such a bad deal. And everyone's making a big issue. Oh, it's $1,000 phone. Well, Apple started that out last year with the, you know, iPhone X, 10, whatever, and you know, the Note 8 last year wasn't too far off this price point, and also the S9 Plus wasn't too far off this price point. So I mean, the phones are slowly getting upgrades. Yes, I think their phones in general are priced too high. I mean, even OnePlus is starting to jump up higher on their price point, but yet they're, bumping up the specs and beefing up things and making things better for the user. So when they put all that time and effort and, there's a whole big process to designing a phone. So the more effort they put into trying to make us happy, of course, it's going to cost more, and companies can get a little greedy, so it's just the way it's going to roll. I mean, the prices are going to go up, and if people stop buying the phones, like the S9 sales were not where Samsung wanted them, maybe they'll start dropping the prices if their sales aren't as good. So we'll see. I mean, this is kind of a trend with the companies, and we'll see if the consumers keep buying. But like I said, Samsung kind of makes it easy to knock the price down by doing trade-ins, and you can always sell your other, your old device. So, anyways, I'm kind of rambling, and I hope you guys liked this video. If so, please give a thumbs up. If you didn't, thumbs down. Please subscribe, because I'm gonna start trying to knock out some videos and kind of make this channel a little interesting. I've got a way to go. I got to do an intro and all that stuff, and so this was a blast. I hope you guys liked it, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace out.